This is National Geographic presents. He's one of history's most hated men. Millions want him eliminated.
He's possibly the most evil man in the world.
A few will take action to end his reign of terror.
This plan has an excellent chance of killing Hitler.
From his early grab for power to the final days of the Third Reich, new research reveals there are at least 42 plots to kill Adolf Hitler.
This was ultimately a suicide mission.
Who were these would-be assassins?
He must have had nerves of steel.
What were their methods? And why did they all ultimately fail? We'll retrace the steps.
Hitler is standing right about here.
Test the weapons. And uncover surprising new information about these bold attempts to change the course of history. November 8th, 1939. Hitler takes the podium before a crowd of 3,000 Nazi supporters. In the pillar behind this Nazi flag, Elsa's time bomb is ticking. But Hitler has made a last-minute schedule change, starting his speech at 8 p.m. instead of 9. Elsa's bomb is set to go off at 9:20, a full hour and 20 minutes away. Now the question is, will Hitler's speech last long enough?
Hitler's speech was almost entirely about the historical shortcomings of the British and how inept they were and untalented they were.
Hitler talks for about an hour. He then immediately leaves for the train station. 13 minutes later, Elsa's bomb goes off exactly as planned. As the pillar shatters, the overhead balcony and hall ceiling come crashing down. The podium and front row tables are splintered to matchwood. Out of the roughly 100 who remained in the hall, there are more than 60 injuries and 8 fatalities.
If Hitler had given his usual 3-hour harangue, he almost certainly would have been killed.
Just minutes after the beer hall explosion, Elsa is apprehended at the Swiss border. German border guards find his fence cutters, sketches of the bomb, and a postcard of the beer hall.
He ultimately confesses, and at that point, I suspect, began to be quite proud of what he had almost achieved.
Elsa is imprisoned at Dachau, where he's eventually executed.
Auf Wiedersehen.
If Hitler hadn't left the Bürgerbräu Keller early that evening, would millions of lives be spared?
With Adolf Hitler dead in 1939, I don't think you would have had a Holocaust. I don't think you would have had World War II, as we know it at least. Millions of people would not have died if Elsa's bomb had simply gone off earlier.
Elsa's near miss is a wake-up call for Hitler's security regime. Better surveillance and precautionary arrests are enacted in advance of public events, and authorities tighten controls on purchases of explosives. But lone assassins like Elsa aren't the only threats facing the Führer. A plan to blow Hitler's plane out of the sky is brewing among his own officers.